Hey, Broncos country, and how you doing, Orange and Blue crew? Welcome to this edition of the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast here on the Orange and Blue Network and on the MHRT Network. We are so psyched to have you. Tonight's going to be chill. It's going to be fun. We're just going to sit back and talk Broncos. We're not going to talk about any particular subject under the sun because, hell, let's be honest, there's not a lot of news out there right now. That doesn't matter because we can still talk about the Broncos day in, day out, all week long because that's the kind of fans we are, and that's what we're going to do. We have a very special guest here on the show with us tonight. He's a lot of fun. He's got really dry humor. He's really funny. He makes you feel really bad about yourself sometimes, but we're going to have a really good time with him here tonight. So, guys, buckle up for this edition of Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue. Here we go.
Smooth, the pins to chew, breaking down plays about to debut. Divine pride in every view. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. Bright lights of my heart in our view. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. From draft picks to game reviews, celebrating wins, analyzing the clues. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. No orange and blue.
Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast.
You just had to get the last word in there, huh, Jay?
Double dose.
Welcome, Orange and Blue crew. Welcome, Broncos country, to this week's edition of the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. I am the Mile High Viking, Johnny Baki. I am so excited to have you here, and joining me, as always, my cousin, my co-host, Jay, the Denver Dream, Weaver. What's up, cuz? How are you doing this week?
Oh, I'm doing a lot better than last week, I'll tell you that. I feel like I've got a new life here with a hotspot. My internet has been in the crapper all week, but we're back and we're flying. Let's go.
Yeah, it was definitely in the crapper when you were on the show of our guest tonight last week. You did your best. You did us proud, Jay. You did us proud. Okay, I mean, it wasn't a victory, unfortunately, but it was a close game, and it was a lot of fun. And and let's just bring him on, the host of Mic'd Up Live and the host of Denver Broncos Media Battles, the one, the only, Mr. Mike Carmelini.
What's up, fellas? Let's go.
That's
What's
right.
up?
The Weaver sandwich. Get him in there.
We
All
got
right.
front and center. Mike.
It's Dirty Mike and the boys in the
Dirty
house.
Mike and the boys. That's right. Just got real.
How you doing tonight, Mike?
Good. Johnny, I couldn't help but notice in the intro that you said he'll make you feel bad. So I'm not sure what that was all about, but if that's the case, I'm sorry. I certainly don't mean to make anybody feel bad.
No, you
Jay,
don't
it's
make
good to
me
see.
feel
It's
bad.
good to see you again and actually see you moving and hear you and stuff. So that's an improvement over.
Yeah, I'm not pixelated. I felt like I was like the Canadian South Park Ike of like the dirt,
Right.
dirt, like
Right.
8
Good
bits.
reference.
the
Good
baby.
reference.
Okay, finally. 1080p. Let's start there.
It's a lot of fun, guys. I'm super pumped to have Mike on the show tonight. Mike's a good dude, lots of fun, a winning smile. I mean, look at that. Like what?
Oh, stop.
How many Crest white strips do you go through in a day, Mike?
About a pack a
That's
pack a
awesome.
day, and then I
that's an
quit.
addiction.
I quit smoking, so I'm down to vaping now, and they don't affect these pearly whites.
Yeah.
So Yeah, we'll
That's
keep
right.
them. We'll keep them. Yeah. My
No,
teeth are,
yeah,
I'm so old, my teeth are going to fall out in like, 2 years anyway. So I'm just keep them as white as I can until they fall out. And then when I get dentures, I'll back it off a little bit. These lights
There you
actually,
go.
they're not this white. It's the lighting. It's the lighting.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, no, you don't have to be modest, my friend. But anyway, we're super glad to have you here. We're really, really excited. We get to talk Broncos. The Nuggets play tonight. That's going to be awesome. And man, we're just gonna have a good time. We're just gonna have a good time. Gonna get a little bit of housekeeping out of the way real quick, guys. Welcome to the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. We are here on the Orange and Blue Network. So please, if this is your first time or you've never done it before, please jump on over, like, subscribe, share, and comment. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter.
Mike, is it
Check out the audio version of our podcast wherever you find all your favorites. But we are also partnered with and simulcast with our old network that we used to be on once upon a time, the MHRT network. So again, same thing, like, subscribe, share, comment, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. They're even on Instagram. So make sure you guys go give them some love as well. They would appreciate it just as much as we would. Also, in the link in the bio below, you can find the sponsor of tonight's show. All right. We're going to teach, the Broncos are going to get in all kinds of dubs this season. We know that. We're in Broncos country. The rest of the world doesn't seem to be on the same page, but we in Broncos country know the Broncos going to be getting them dubs. And here's how you're going to get yourself the dub. You're going to go check out the sponsor of tonight's show. That's Dubby Jitterless Energy Blend over at Dubby.gg. Dubby comes in a multitude of delicious flavors. It's got the caffeine you need to give you the kick in the pants to get your day started and keep on going throughout your day. But you're not going to get the jitters or the crash later because Dubby has no sugar. It also has no calories, no maltodextrin, no fillers, and no artificial colors. It's nothing but amino acids, B vitamins, and nootropics that keep you sharp throughout your day, including their patented NeuroFactor. Amazing stuff. And the caffeine in Dubby is derived directly from the coffee plant. It's as natural as it can be. Comes in all these amazing flavors. I know Jay snorts at least a line of it every single morning to get going. Guys, go get yourself the dub. But I'm going to make that even sweeter. All right? We're going to make that dub even sweeter because at checkout, you're going to punch in code NRWOB10. That's NRWOB10 will get you 10% off your order at checkout. So guys, go check it out. I promise you, you will not regret it. Thank you guys for your patience and good night. I'm kidding. I know.
I swear to God, man. I swear to God. Hey, we're starting a GoFundMe for Jay's internet. If whatever you can give, 50 cents, $1, whatever, and we'll get him a Starlink or something. We'll get him back online. He's too good to not see up his pretty little face. Oh, he's back. Hi, Jay.
be the only American saying I need Elon Musk right now? Really bad. I need
What did you call him on your show the other night?
So bad right now.
Potato head? Like,
I don't know. Don't ask me what I did 5 minutes ago, guys. That's not a fair question. I ask the trivia questions. I don't answer them. I don't know anything. I make you guys look smart.
Yeah, well, Jay, your internet is great. So anyway, moving on real quick. We got some commenters already in the house. We got Shai Vargas in the house. We've also got David Yonkin in the house saying the new OT rule where both teams have a chance with the ball. What do they start at the 25-yard line as well as the same as college? Not sure yet, man. We really haven't gotten any details that I've been able to find about actual rule changes yet. We got your own network there. Mike's mic'd up live saying, "What's up, guys?" We got Fanatic Dak in the house. Let's go. What's good, fellas?
What's up, Dak? I got a shirt coming to you, Dak. It's not in yet, but it'll be on the way.
Dak's good people, and I can't wait. I cannot wait, Mike, for
the show.
For Dak and George to launch their show here on the network coming up very soon. The Broncos Bros.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Although, and we don't have an actual date set yet, but tentatively starting in June, actually.
Nice.
So we have a little bit of time, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So guys, I mean, how are we feeling about the Broncos this week? There hasn't been a whole lot of news coming out, but Mike, give us kind of your 2 cents on the state of the Broncos as of Tuesday, April 1st, April Fool's Day.
Yeah, it's tough to not be excited about the Broncos right now. Just the 400-foot view. We've got our quarterback, we got our coach. We're not talking about ownership issues, so that's all settled. And it's awesome to coming into a draft with only maybe one or two, one glaring need at running back, and then maybe a tackle or something would be nice. But it's exciting because we don't know what they're going to do. And other than drafting another quarterback or something stupid like that, like anything's just going to make us better, as long, they just get a player. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about this season. Broncos country should be at the owners meeting. They had the one rule change that Rizzi, our own Darren Rizzi was pushing is the new kickoff rule. So they're moving that back to the 35. So now there's going to be more, runs instead of, hopefully there'll be more kickoff returns, which is an obvious advantage for our team because we've got the best kickoff return in the business. So
yes,
the other rule change, I don't know about the overtime rule change. I didn't think that had happened yet, but yeah, it's exciting. I'm certainly excited, and nothing but good news for us as we sit here today, for sure.
What about you, Jay? How are you feeling right now about the state of the Broncos this week?
Feeling good, man. Again, I feel like George Payton is like super, flexing out, stretching out here because he could literally do anything he wants in the draft. And that's a luxury.
Luxury we haven't had in a long time.
No, very much so. We've been able to call out what position at least we are taking in pretty much like the first 3 rounds for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice to be in a position where it's literally a crapshoot, which is why maybe some others' opinions, and I kind of hold this as well, that like the X community in draft season here has been a little bit topsy-turvy in Broncos country because we can't decide on who we want to draft, where, and what strategy to go with. So everybody's all over the board, which is kind of
everybody's all over the board and has absolutely no say in what's going to happen whatsoever.
Yeah,
this is also true.
That's kind of what's fun about it. We can talk about it all we want, but at the end of the day, George Payton and Sean Payton, they don't care what we say. And the good thing about them is, so I heard this last year, and I'm sorry, I'm already driving your damn show. Sorry, Johnny. Sorry,
go.
So
please.
Last year there was a lot about, and I've always thought this, and I probably tweeted it out like 5 years ago, but like one person says this player's great, and then everybody just rolls with it. They don't really know. They didn't do their own research. They just because, one, big time person said this, then everybody's just like, oh yeah, it's totally our guy. That's the guy. That's the guy we want. But that's just all like group talk, speak shit. Right. So it's refreshing to know that Sean Payton does not care about any of that. He proved that last year with Bo Nix. He's proven it time and time again that he's going to go with the player that he thinks can help his team that's best. And so when you're talking about, Henderson versus Hampton versus, Tet or whoever at that 20 position.
You're killing me, Smalls.
He doesn't care about any of that. He knows who he wants. He's got his own boards. And I do know that very few people see those boards, but I do know someone who saw his board after the draft last year, and he said his board was nothing like what everybody thought it was. So it's going to be different than we think. And it could be a Hampton or somebody like that, but it also could be. Well, I mean, it could be somebody we're not talking about.
Digs when we zag.
And that's what he does. That's what he does. Like I know that all NFL teams try to do it, but Sean Payton is an absolute expert at misdirection.
Yeah,
and he does it all the time. He gets
off on it. Smartest guy in the room, he'll tell you.
The man's got to be a master magician. Like he's like, look over here. Oh, but the trick's actually happening over here. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he's a master of misdirection, and he uses that to his advantage. And it seems like he gets away with it every year because it seems like everybody still falls for it. They're like, oh, he mentioned the name. I'm just gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna mention just one time during a press conference the name Omarion Hampton, and everybody's gonna just flock to it. They're gonna be like, "That's Sean Payton's guy," even on the national media, who should know better at this point. And then the draft comes, and he's like, "No."
Yeah, and the funny thing is that I don't know if it's gonna be this year or next year, but he's gonna say that name. He's going to say it again, and everybody's going to be like, well, we know Sean's not taking him because he's been talking about it. And then he's going to draft the guy. He's going to do a double on him, and he's just going to really mess with him. So that's coming too. So he knows he's going to have to do it. He's going to have to do a double switch on him pretty soon.
What was that, Jay?
No, a double negative. You're right. Right when you think he's, putting a mystery out there, he's actually being truthful.
Yeah, he'll do a double bluff on us. Or Kay Adams will get it all out of him because, I would tell her anything. Let's be honest. If she asks me anything, I'd just tell her. Yeah.
She's not Katie Wingy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Jay and his crush. Jay, does little Debbie know that you're cheating on her with Katie Wingy?
Well,
in your mind?
She's different state lines, Johnny. It's different rules.
Zip code rules.
Zip code rules. Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am the smartest man alive.
Oh man, but anyway, guys, I'm with you, Mike, absolutely, and I know Jay is too. So freaking psyched about this season. It just feels different, doesn't it? Like the way that it's been the past decade. It just has this different feeling to it where we know what we have. Nobody else does, but that's normal for Broncos country. We're used to being overlooked by everybody else. Well, some do. Some.
To be fair, they've got us at 9.5 wins this year as opposed to last year.
At least they're giving us that.
So there's a little more national attention coming our way now. So it's coming around. People are starting to notice.
You've still got people like Colin Cowherd, who was all high on Bo Nix last year, who's all of a sudden like, no, the Chargers are going to take this division. Broncos are going to finish third. And I'm like, weren't you the Bo Nix guy last year?
Yeah, right. I know.
Anyway. So any topic that you want to bring up, Jay?
I did want to bring up the whole stadium thing because it has been very mainstream here, at least on X, and it's been a very big thing that a lot of people talk about. Bonkers Broncos bring it up here. And Mike, I ask your opinion as a resident Colorado
former resident Colorado.
Yeah, he's just like us, dude. He's out of the state.
Would you rather stay in downtown Denver, or are you all good building the community around the stadium outside of Denver?
I'd like them to stay in downtown. But to do that, I'm not sure how they would do it. I remember. So I remember are you familiar with McNichols Arena?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so McNichols Arena, Mile High Stadium, I didn't want any of that torn down either. And then when they did that and they built the new field, it was like, well, at least it's still downtown or whatever. But my understanding is like it's not just going to be a stadium if they do this. This is going to be like a whole, like they're envisioning like a Disneyland of Broncos football, like their own surrounding. That sounds awesome. So they would have to do two things to do it where it is. They would have to tear down whatever the hell else is around the stadium now, plus
which
tear
is
down the
mostly
stadium.
Apartments now.
Yeah, and so you're talking about a major, deal, and building a stadium is major enough. And of course, they have the money to do whatever they want. They could just buy Colorado and make it all a Broncos stadium. But I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to be that ambitious at the current location. So I guess it doesn't. I guess either way doesn't. It's like off-season fodder. Like if they built this amazing place, out where they have all this land to make this Broncos Disneyland,
building team stores and bars and restaurants and
with
all this stuff
bars
around
and all this stuff. When you go there, you're gonna be like, all right, well, yeah, this was worth it. So I guess I'll just hold serve until I see what they do. It's not like I'm not going to get too riled up about it, but like my heart would say, I wish they could find a way to do it where it is now. It just, it's the Denver Broncos. Keep them in Denver. Let's,
And
if
I
they
can
if
get
they
on
can.
board with that. But at the same time, like I also, we wouldn't be the first team to kind of move outside of the city where the the name sits.
Yeah.
The New York Giants are in Jersey,
Yeah.
and things like that.
More parking and
see it,
easier access by highway, all that stuff
and
sounds good to me too.
I'm kind of
closer
the
to the
belief,
airport,
like
maybe. So
yes, I love Bonker. I mean, and Greg Penner said after the meeting, the owners meeting, Greg Penner, came forward and he even said, like, we're looking at different places, Aurora, Lone Pine, all these different areas. And while, I'm with you, I love the fact that it's still in downtown, that it's remained in downtown. I'm maybe a little bit of a different spirit than you and Bonkers are there, Mike, in that I really don't give a damn where they play as long as I get to watch my team play. Like, as long as it's still in Colorado. Like, I swear to God, if the Broncos ever move across the country, I'll burn the whole thing down.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. No.
But
I mean, that's basically what I'm saying. I don't.
Yeah,
it doesn't move the needle for me that much. But if you put me on the spot and said, where would you prefer it? I'd like them to find a way to keep it downtown. But if they can't, I don't. It's not going to move me one way or the other, because it's probably going to be the actual site will actually be better where it is, because there'll be so much room for them to do the things they want to do. So
much room for activities.
That's what I'm
saying. Jay, what is your thoughts on that? How do you feel about the prospect of them moving out?
I would rather it be by the airport than Lone Tree. There's enough room around the airport that, like, I think we all envision that from where Denver sits in Metropolis and the airport, that's going to grow organically, whether there's a stadium there or not, eventually.
Yeah. Well, it has to.
I think it would only make sense to put a stadium in the middle and create that the mecca. And this is also another topic, subset topic of this. Retractable roof. Don't say you on that subject.
I mean, you know what? I don't really care. I honestly can say this. My wife will be much more amenable to going to winter games with me whenever I go to Colorado, if there is some kind of a roof situation going on, because my wife gets cold when it's 100 degrees outside. And so during the winter games, she's like not enjoying the game at all. It kind of ruins it for her. And then in by proxy for me. Love her, but it's the truth. So honestly, I could really care less. You can play football under a dome, under a roof, and play it outside.
No more snow games in Denver?
Not necessarily, no. I mean, if it's a retractable roof, they can choose to have a snow game if they think it gives them an advantage.
Yeah, but they're not going to choose that. Like,
not necessarily. Okay, all right. Let me postulate to you for a second. Let me throw a scenario out there. It's the middle of December. The Miami Dolphins are coming to town, and there is snow in the forecast. I'd be like, dude, open that roof. Let's freeze these beachgoers out. I'm just saying, it's possible.
Sean Payton would say, yeah, we're keeping the roof open. So
yeah,
so I do have mixed emotions about that one too. But as long as Sean Payton's there, I'd feel pretty good about it, to be honest with you. He knows when to have that roof open. Obviously the big sell is you can't have a Super Bowl there. I don't really care if Denver gets a Super Bowl or not. I mean, it's good for the economy, so that's great. But as far as the team goes, unless we're in the Super Bowl, and hey, maybe they get the stadium done, we have a home Super Bowl, which would be awesome. But yeah, roof, no roof, dome, whatever. Just as long as if they do a roof, then definitely has to be retractable. Yeah, that'd be my only thing on that.
I'm super anti-dome. It's got to be retractable.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. If you're gonna do it, don't go Superdome with the thing. Yeah. Go. Do the thing that they did at, what is it? Is it SoFi that has a retractable roof, I believe, and there are a few out there.
Arizona,
the soccer stadium that they were playing in London, that's got a retractable roof as well.
So, yeah, there's a few. It definitely can be done.
Fanatic Dak wants to know if you have Venmo, Jay, to help you out with your internet problem.
I just, I have credit on my bill. That doesn't help my speeds, but I do have some credit.
We got a Broncos fan for life popping in saying, "Go Broncos." That's a new name to us. So welcome to the Orange and Blue crew. We got David Yunkinen saying the first season in almost a decade where the Broncos have not needed a GM, a QB, a coach, or new ownership. That's totally true. It's sad.
That's the big four, man.
It is, man.
That's awesome.
Andy popping in, another new name. It's just Andy with a football too. I like that profile pic. It says Travion Henderson or Amika Egbuka are my picks currently.
If you don't know who Andy is, you need to get on Twitter and find out who Andy is. That dude is. He's a real deal.
He's good, dude. He's good people. I like following his tweets for sure. Shai Vargas, our resident hype man, who will be doing his own segment on game day on the Game Day show starting this season.
Let's go, Shai. Let's go.
He's gonna hype us up before every game, just get us all frothy at the mouth and ready to go rabid. Says, what do you think about the Broncos getting a new stadium? So I mean, we definitely covered that quite a bit. Shy victory lap popping in saying Bo knows who's on the board. He also says that Quinshawn Judkins is his guy. Judkins is good. The only thing, Jay and I have talked about this. Actually, I think we talked about it last week, Jay. Is that Judkins? We kind of already have a Judkins on this team, and his name is Audric Estime. What are your thoughts on that?
Me or Jay?
It doesn't matter. Somebody.
I'll tell you what. So you can have a comp like that. But that's like saying, you've got Jared Stidham if Jared Stidham's 6. Let's just postulate and say Jared Stidham was 6'3", 205, and Bo Nix is 6'3", 205. That doesn't mean they're the same player. Audric Estime should be. I mean, he's a brick crap house. He's, but just because he presents himself that way or comps that way doesn't mean we already have that player. So we need to see what we've got in him. I've been saying this all along. They're going to come. That guy's got to come into camp and he's got to earn a slot on this team. And I'm hoping for him, but I don't know what we have in Audric Estime right now. I know what I want him to be.
Nobody does.
But we don't. And then Judkins is just another unknown, but he looks the part. But to say that we already have him on the team, I think is a bit of a stretch because, Estime didn't get a lot. He had those fumbles, and so I think they pulled him back a little bit. And then maybe he was having some, getting into Sean's playbook can't be easy. You see it time and time again. These players with all this talent. You got Mims who should be on the field all the time, and he wasn't getting on the field. I can tell you that he wasn't on the field because of those option routes, and he couldn't get the right one that he was supposed to take based on what the defense did. Because when he gets up there, it's like, well, if this guy does this, you go this way. If this guy does that, you guys are going to go this way.
I mean,
he kept going the wrong damn way.
Insane.
Yeah, he kept going the wrong damn way, and people were wondering why he wasn't on the field. Well, that's why he's not on the field, because you got to learn that offense, and that maybe that's Estime's deal. So hopefully he does come around, because I did have a lot of high hopes for him. But we don't know what we have in Estime yet.
And like I've continued to say about the running back position, as long as Cam Scatterboo is not on our roster at the end of the draft, I'm all good. Doesn't matter.
Geez.
Any other running back, sign me up.
All right.
Any other running back, so I can go out there for you, Jay, and you'll be okay?
Sure.
My wonderfully crippled ass. That'd be that.
Can you get some yards after contact? Because if you can,
not even a little.
Definitely a step up from what we had last year.
I'm a disabled vet there, Mike. I can barely walk from my fridge to my couch.
I'm sorry
without a cane,
that.
so it's all right. It is what it is.
I got my MP Brizard right there, hanging on the wall. So I'm a vet. I'm representing here, but I'm not disabled.
There it is. I didn't know that.
Mentally disabled.
Yeah, right.
You
thank
too,
you for your
buddy.
service, my friend. What branch did you serve in?
I was in the Army. It's a family
Me too.
tradition.
Yeah. I came from a strong Navy tradition and decided to tell them to shove it.
Yeah.
Because I
Stay
didn't
off the
want
water.
I'm terrified of the ocean. I'm going to be honest with you.
Navy would have been a bad choice for you then, Johnny.
Yeah, very much so. What was your MOS?
It's a 95 Bravo MP. And
all right, you're fired. You're off the show.
that's
No,
all
I'm
right.
kidding.
It's all the same in
I would-
combat. They just give you.
That's true.
They just send you out in the desert, and they don't care
But,
who you are when you get out there.
I only say that I was a medic. I was a combat medic with the infantry.
Attaboy.
But I only say that I'm going to relate to you a story that just drove me nuts. We had been out in the field for about 2 weeks. See, this is how this show goes. It's not always Broncos. We get talking crazy, go off on tangents. Sorry, Jay. But we've been out on the field for like 2 weeks. And when we got back, somebody had lost their nods, their night vision goggles.
That's not good.
No. And so they held the entire battalion at the battalion footprint for like 3 days. And when they finally found the nods, and it actually happened to be a company commander's nods, and he had stuffed them at the bottom of his ruck, and when he pulled his like sleeping bag out, he pulled them with it and didn't see them. I don't know, but it was only like 2-3 hours before our next formation, and for the next day. So I elected not to drive all the way home, get home, maybe fall into bed for an hour, then get up and get ready and do it all over again. So I went into my car out in the parking lot and I went to sleep. Next thing I know, I hear this tapping on my window, and there's an MP just standing there with his light shining in my face, tapping on the window. He makes, and I might have gotten half an hour of sleep at that point. He makes me get out and do sobriety tests.
Oh,
and
sure,
all this
yeah.
stuff because I was asleep in my car, and I'm like, dude,
Probably
I've been in the field for 2 weeks.
Some PFC playing cop. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. That's my wonderful experience. But I did also serve in Afghanistan with several very cool MPs. I did get to be on a detail for a while working with them, and they were really cool guys. So
Good.
I'm just messing with you.
You can mess with me. That's fine.
But I mean, at least you're not a Cav Scout. That's all I gotta say.
No.
Yeah. So let's keep it rolling. I'm sorry, I get off on these tangents. We got Jack Kenna in the house, our resident Raider fan, who comes to watch and hang out with us. He says the Broncos had a wonderful offseason and better than last season. Couldn't agree more with you, Jack.
For Raiders, that's a big deal.
Right?
Oh, Jack Kenna. Is he the guy
He is
on Wild West?
The Raiders host of the Wild Wild West.
Wild West. Yeah, good dude. All right.
Yeah, real good. We love Jack. Let's see. We've got a 6'10" Mexican in the house saying "Go Bulls." He's getting kicked now. That one.
Don.
Enjoy your Josh Giddey while you have him.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. We got MHRT Network is commenting. That's going to be our buddy Mundungus as well. We just got so much going on in the chat right now. I'm not even sure where we're at.
Speaking of that, you got that. You want to show that thing I sent up for you?
Yeah. So Jay, first of all, again, Jay, well done in your Broncos media battle versus mainly Broncos Cam Parker. You did very, very well for a guy who whose internet was going.
Rematch was literally full strength here.
Yeah, you would have won that if you had your damn internet working.
Strength.
I had to punish you.
And here comes D-Rock throwing in L.A. Lucas. You're getting picked as well, buddy. But no, you did a great job. And so Jay took on Cam Parker. What was that, last Thursday?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. On Denver Broncos Media Battles, hosted by the one, the only Mr. Mike Carmelini right there. And coming up this Thursday at 8 Mountain, it will be myself and my old buddy from my old network, Mundungus Creevy from the 5280 podcast, taking each other on in a Denver Broncos media battle. I am super, super excited. Mundungus and I have known each other for many years. Our show used to be on MHRT once upon a time before we went off and launched the Orange and Blue Network ourselves. And Mundungus and I often got compared, told we look alike, we act alike, and we have very similar personalities.
I was gonna say, so you are the classic The Office gif here of HR wants to ask, what's the difference between these two pictures?
Yeah, they're literally the same picture.
The same.
Yeah, well, except I've got my teeth hidden in my face in this picture, but beyond that, yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, that's
It's gonna be exciting.
That show's gonna be lit. Love it. Can't wait.
If for no other reason, Mike, I can honestly say I'm pretty sure it's just going to be because the two of us have so much like just raw energy.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm loving it. I get to relax and just let you guys.
Plus, they
be
got a
all
lot of
crazy.
inside jokes, so they're just going to be making fun of each other the entire time.
I reward inside jokes with points. Lots of points.
Oh well,
this is gonna be a high scoring game. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, and you know, and I'm literally gonna start off mine with a joke, Mike, like an actual joke, in order to nab a couple of extra points there. So
oh, okay. Well, if your joke sucks, though, I do have negative points.
Oh, it does.
Advice: don't bring up Will Lutz.
Oh yeah.
Don't do it.
All right, hey, listen. Hey, I'll be the Jay will be Jay is my witness. I gave Will Lutz lots of love this last season because, you know, he definitely kept us in a lot of games, and hey, he tied Jason Elam's all-time score, you know, single season.
Different place, different time, you know. There's
don't worry, I won't bring up Will Lutz on your show, Mike.
There'll be
argument, but
Jason Elam is the greatest human to ever walk the face of the earth. So careful what you say there.
Pretty top notch.
Look, there's a difference between bringing up Will Lutz and calling him the MVP of the season. I'm sorry, that was batshit crazy. That was batshit crazy.
In all fairness, that question, I did think this, Mike, when you asked, when you posed them both that question, I was like, that is so loaded. Because whoever's going first is going to win it no matter what. Because everybody's going to say Bo Nix. And once that guy said it, it's a debate. The other guy's got to say something different.
He doesn't have to say something different. That's the mistake you make. You say what you mean, and you mean what you say.
But that's boring.
Say it's boring. You know, say my show's boring, Johnny.
I did not say your show is.
Mike is taking negative points right now. He's jotting down. You're already negative 20, Johnny.
This is just one. Negative one.
Oh no! We suck again.
We suck again.
But no, for real though, it was an awesome show, and I can't wait to be on it on Thursday, Mike. It's gonna be
it's gonna be great. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
So,
can't wait.
Let's go over a little bit of a couple of other things that that came up, you know, with the owners meeting this week. You know, Greg Penner did address the fact that they're revamping the training facility, they're going to still try to make accommodations so that at least some fans can come out to watch training camp and things like that. A lot less than it's been. It's been about 3,000 have been able to be out there last couple seasons.
The hill is going to die.
Yeah, the hill's going away. The berm is going away, and that breaks my heart. But but you know, they said they're going to still probably put some bleachers up and accommodate maybe 800 to 900 fans each, you know, for the practices that they'll be allowed to be out there. So that's you know, kind of interesting, because I know that it was being kind of tossed around out there that you know, nobody knew, is anybody going to be able to watch these training camp practices this season with all of this renovation going on? So thoughts on that, Jay? What do you know, do you feel like that they're trying to do right by the fans by at least accommodating some being able to be out there?
Yeah, very much. And I saw that we were trying to get a joint practice with San Francisco, which, you know, checks a lot of boxes. We've got tons of relationship with, obviously, not the first time we've had joint practice with them. So, you know, man, I think it's going to be much of the same. I know that they had a whole ticket thing where, like, they sold tickets for that and it didn't really work out. So I'm up for anything. Anything new.
There you go. What about you, Mike? How do you feel about, you know, them still making sure that some fans can be out there?
Yeah, I think the ownership group has shown that they're all in. They're bought in. They're Broncos now. I was a little concerned when you know, they bought the team that we would just be some small, you know, little thing in their portfolio. But yeah, it's you know, Greg Penner, these guys, they're all in. They're Broncos, and they really care about the old players. They care about the fans, and they're trying to give the best experience that they can. And I think they've shown that over and over again. And just like, you know, being able to eat that whole Russell Wilson thing because they knew it was best for the team and all that. It's like, yeah, I'm sold on these guys. And and it's tough, right? Because again, they're trying to do this on the current site. And then for them to go that extra, it would be so easy for them to just say, sorry guys, we're in the middle of this rebuild. We just can't have you here, but next year we'll be back, and then just go on to the next thing. But they didn't, they're taking the time to actually figure out a way to have people there. And of course, all the press guys will still be there. So yeah, I think it's great. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of the new ownership group.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And kind of a fun anecdote. I'm going to throw this one to Jay first. If it's all right with you, Mike. The Rockies, they said the Rockies may be going up for sale.
Yeah.
So, it's about, I'm not a Rockies fan. That is well established on this show. However, do we think the Cronkies are going to try to go in and get another Denver team? Or do you think maybe the Walton Penners might want to start trying to build their Denver empire?
Dick, sell the team. I don't care who buys.
You didn't have to put so much emphasis on Dick, Jay.
Dick, sell the team, please. For God's sake, sell the team. We're all done here. All done. Yeah. All done.
Well, Jay, you've been a Kansas City Royals fan for like as long as we've been alive. So I don't know.
No. I have been an anti-baseball fan for my whole,
that's right. That's right. Okay.
Because I just don't have enough time in the day to sit down and watch the, snail pace of a baseball game. Man, the Rockies are an embarrassment to baseball in and itself. We don't even have those fun torpedo bats that the Yankees have now. So we got
D-Rock saying go Dodgers. Okay.
Gosh.
I'm a St. Louis Cardinals fan. So, I'm gonna that's for my beloved wife.
He's a Nolan Arenado defector.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey. He went somewhere that was better, okay? Like, you cannot fault him for that. Like, if I was him playing on the Rockies, I'd want out too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rockies are a mess.
I'm just saying.
No.
It was terrible, man. It was terrible. So anyway, I wanted to bring that up because I was like, wouldn't it be funny if the Walton Penner ownership group was like, hey, let's buy the Rockies too, just like the Cronkies have bought all of the other Denver teams.
I mean, they could just write them a check tomorrow if they wanted to. They got the money.
They really could. They really could. Let me see here. I had another one here. Damani Leach did broach the topic of an international game, but he did not confirm that the Broncos are playing an international game. But he did say that if it was up to him, he would want us to be playing in the first game in Germany.
I thought that was a confirmed thing. I thought we were going to Munich.
I didn't hear anything about a confirmation.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either, but I know that's where Sean wants to play. He wants to play in Germany for sure. So I might actually go to that if they do. Yeah, I might go to that if they do that. So.
I could have sworn that there were a non-maybe official claim.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Munich's coming. I have a feeling.
Hey, and it's in Munich.
Yeah,
which is that's even better. I have a ton of family down there, so if they play in Munich, we're going. So we're making that happen. Oh, my wife
I love Germany.
In. She's gonna be excited.
I expect a live stream, Mike.
Yeah, right.
A live stream from Germany,
right?
And you
just make sure your hotspot works better than Jay's.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. But no,
they could have the show. They could have the show in Afghanistan. We'd have better Wi-Fi than we've got here.
Oh man, that internet was so bad.
Yeah,
we were paying like $90 a day for like the slowest internet you could imagine.
Yeah,
but
and I just remember
nothing ever.
The Air Force guys were intense with air conditioning. And we were literally sleeping in the back of Humvees and shit. So we didn't have internet. Yeah.
Well, I did have a tent for a little while that I was sleeping in, but it didn't have air conditioning. It didn't have air conditioning. No. It was hotter than Netflix. You wouldn't know. No, what you did, Jay, was my wife would send me care packages full of boxes of American candy that she would buy at the Dollar Tree. She would just fill the box. And then I would take that box down to the bazaar, set it on the counter, and look at the guy, the guy selling bootleg DVDs behind the counter and just be like, here, 2 boxes of Runts. You give me that Family Guy box set, Like, and he'd be like, oh, 2 boxes of Runts. I give you 3, so they loved that. They loved that shit, man. But, but no, there was no air conditioning. It was hotter than Satan's ball sack in there. But
allegedly.
Allegedly.
We don't. We haven't really taken that temperature yet.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I haven't.
I don't want to get. I don't want to get anywhere near that. But all right. So we can kind of move on from that. But I'd be down if it was Germany. I'd prefer that to the London game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
for sure.
Totally.
Spent a lot of time in Germany, and I love that. I love that country. It's my favorite food in the world is German food.
Yeah.
And
I was stationed in Nuremberg, so I have family. I have family all throughout Bavaria. My mother was born in a little town called Krumbach, Germany. So
no kidding.
Yeah, I'm first generation. Yeah, here in the States. So.
Oh well, wow. My dad's side of the family, so not Jay's relations, but that's okay. Yeah. My dad's side of the family, my grandfather was first generation German American. Yeah. But it was kind of funny. We my great grandmother, when she had her stroke, she lost the ability to speak English.
Oh yeah.
So we all had to learn how to speak German.
Yeah.
Better.
Similar story. Yeah. Yeah. My grandmother got older.
She could understand us. And but she was always cooking something German, Schweinshax or she was constantly making schnitzel. Oh,
schnitzel,
God.
Yeah.
Oh,
God bless.
Best thing ever. And so I spent half my summer, my 16th summer in Rothenburg. Traveling around, and I loved it there. So, yeah. All right. So, we're about 46 minutes in, and I think it's time that maybe we get some segments going here, have a little bit of fun. We're going to start though with the phrase is incomplete. So let's go ahead and get to that. This is going to be a fun one, Mike. I think you'll like it. I think you'll really enjoy this. Here we go. The phrase is incomplete. Okay, so this is the phrase is incomplete. It's very simple. We each make a statement, but we leave a blank in it somewhere. Not a question. We don't ask. It's not like, hey, Mike, what do you think? No, it's the Denver Broncos will blank this season or something. You make a statement, you leave a blank, and then everybody takes a turn filling in that blank. So, Mike, I know I kind of hit you on the spot with this one. Do you want to go first, or do you want?
Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
The starting running back for the Denver Broncos this year is blank.
Can I go first? Can I go
in your face, Johnny?
Please go, Jay. Yeah, go right ahead.
Starting running back for the Denver Broncos from Iowa University, Caleb Johnson.
Yes. That's a possibility.
I can't.
That's actually a possibility. Yeah,
I would love it.
I like that answer.
I think it's a
holy shnikes.
Yeah.
Perfect fit.
Yeah.
So kind of give me a rundown, Jay. Why is that a perfect fit?
He's one cut back, man, and he played in a offensive system in college that everyone focused on him. Everyone knew they weren't going to throw it. Like, he had 8 in the box every single play. He's not going to have that with Bo Nix. He's not going to have that with the play action practice, Sean Payton. So, and he's going to thrive under the number 1 running offensive line in the NFL as far as opportunity. I can't wait to see him with no 8-man boxes because he was successful in college with 8-man boxes.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's a phenomenal answer, and I love it. I guess I'll go next since it's Mike's incomplete phrase. So starting running back for the Denver Broncos in 2025 will be. I'm afraid to go boring with this, but I'm gonna say it. He's gonna break out past what we've seen from him. Audric Estime.
Ooh, that's a hot take. Hot take.
Look, I liked what we saw from him. Aside from the fumbles. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah,
no,
that wasn't loud.
That
That wasn't loud at all. Yeah.
it's supposed to be. It's supposed to blow your eardrums right out.
Good Lord.
But no, I really like Audric, and I think that he's gonna take a major step forward. I think a big part of his problem last season, he struggled with the fumbles early on. We saw that, and I think that got in his head. I think he lost his confidence. He struggled with it, and it caused him, it caused him to not really live up to the potential I think he could have in his rookie season. So, one thing I do love about him, he falls forward like every time. He does not fall backward. I'm sick and tired of running backs that fall backward. So, I just really think, like I said, I thought he had a chance to have great potential in his rookie year, but he got up in here, and that screwed him up. So I think that this season, given the off season, some time to chill out, to take some breaths, to sit down with some coaches, maybe even a psychologist, because they hire sports psychologists for the team to talk about this kind of stuff. I think he'll take a step forward. So I'm going to go Audric Estime.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, Mike.
At least till after the draft.
Phrase. Yeah, absolutely.
That was
Mike,
my phrase.
Complete your own phrase, please.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, let's define who the starting. When I say starting running back, I don't mean the guy that comes out and does the first play and then goes back to the bench. I'm going to say this person is not on the roster.
That's fair.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to go hot take. I'm going to say it's going to be J.K. Dobbins will be the starting running back next year.
Okay. All right.
Book it. Book it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to my own question. It's an incomplete
That's okay.
thought.
That's okay. Half the time we don't either.
Go with it, Mike. You just say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you,
punk?
All right, Jay. Go ahead. Give us an incomplete phrase, my dear cousin.
All right. Keep in mind, Vegas 9.5. The Broncos will win X amount of games next year. Go.
Mike,
do you want to field this one first?
Sure, it's your show. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Okay, I think with the schedule, I think the Broncos are going to be better. They're going to be a better team. I don't know if it's going to show up in the win-loss. It is going to show up in the playoffs because we're going to win a playoff game this year. But I think the Broncos will win 10 games this year. I think I certainly could win 12. They could win. I don't think they win less than 10. I think they'll win 10. But just based on what I saw of who they're playing, and where they're playing, we don't know when, but we know who their opponents are. I've got them at 10 wins right now. After the draft, that could change. After camp, that could change. But sitting here right now, I'll give them 10 wins.
All right. I'm gonna go next then. I'm gonna be the guy that I usually am. Drives Jay nuts.
Optimist.
But
17
I am the optimist. Yeah. No. My name is not Nick Wright, Mike. Okay. I'm not.
I wouldn't be on the show if it was Nick Wright.
I agree.
I wouldn't either, Mike.
If my name, even if I'm not that Nick Wright, if my name was Nick Wright, I think I'd be rocking back and forth in my bathtub right now, just because that's my name. But and I know you watch this, Nick Wright. I know you watch this show every single week, and I'm talking to you. But I am going to be the optimist. I think that that Bo Nix going to continue to progress. He's going to be better than he was last season. And I think that that this defense got so gnarly, even more gnarly than it already was. It's so exciting. So I think that I can be confident that we're gonna outdo our performance. from last season, and there were so many games. I know. I'm sorry. I'm rambling. There were so many games that we lost by only one score. And barely at that. And it came down to the wire. I think we win more of those games this season. And so if we could get 10 wins with, last season with as many games as we lost by one score, I could say we could get at least 2 more. So I'm going to say the Denver Broncos win 12 games this season. Yep.
I mean, that's probably the better take. No, that's probably the better take. But I said what I thought, and I think it's
fine. You can call it a hot take if you want.
I think it's a good take. I mean, yeah, I would stand by it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
So we were so close to winning so many of those games, and we won 10 against all odds, and then came so close to winning, a few more. So I think we can get it done.
Yeah.
Jay, complete your own phrase, please.
Okay. Vegas is in the business of losing money, folks. They lost their ace last year on the over-under for the Broncos. 9.5 was very strategic for them. I was very unhappy with that specific number. I would have been better with 10. I'm going under, and I'm going 9. And I'm going 9 with a playoff berth because it's going to be a tiebreaker with another fellow wild card that's at 9 wins. So we're still going to make the playoffs, mind you. But it's only going to be a monster. And it's the same theme that I brought up on Mike's show. Injuries, folks. We were so lucky last year to not have any.
Bo Lowry.
That ain't gonna
start knocking on some
shit in a row, man. It ain't gonna happen 2 years in a row. The likelihood of that in the NFL, slim to none. So,
but Jay, he hired Bo Lowry 2 seasons ago. It's already happened 2 years in a row.
We're healthiest team 2 years in a row.
There is no question we're gonna take a step back. We got very lucky in injuries last year. And that's not going to rear its ugly head. If we don't draft a number 1 wide receiver, folks, and Sutton gets hurt, we are effed in the A. Just right off the top. So I'm doing
this is like that.
You heard it
this
here.
Is like that Lutz MVP take.
You heard it first here, folks. If Sutton goes down, we're effed in the A.
Effed in the A, yeah. Man, I feel like I should go cry now.
Yeah, right?
Sad.
A little bit.
It's sad but true.
Bag of cats.
Oh, Jay.
Bag of cats take.
At 2 Brute, you broke my heart.
Yeah.
You killed me.
I know what was you afraid of.
Oh, Jay. Oh, man. I mean,
emotional damage.
I feel like I could use every single negative sound we have, on this show. Like,
that was me, by the way. Sorry.
Not here to make friends.
Don't worry, you're not making any friends.
You know what? This one wasn't even me, Jay. This one wasn't even me. But I'm going to use this soundbite, and we're just going to pretend that it's saying
Damn it, Johnny!
Jay.
Damn it, Jay. Anyway, no, all the takes are interesting. We're all kind of right in the same area. I definitely jumped by, 2 games instead of, and you guys were 1 game apart. But I feel like all the answers were good on that one. And I just love this segment because you can do anything with this segment.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's a great
show.
And
it gives you the opportunity to use the sound for incomplete.
Right.
So, it's a lot of fun. So, Micah, thank you for participating in the phrases incomplete.
Jay, I would just say, if there's a chance we fall back a little bit on injuries, but I also think our depth is going to be better this year too. I think we can afford a little bit more injuries than we have in the past. So let's wait for the rest of free agency and the draft.
Maybe Kansas City, we don't get a kick blocked, and that's another win.
Like I said,
like to Johnny's point. I mean, there were games that we had that we lost. So
True.
You know, and,
You're-
and
you're
that
right.
that block kick, I've said this on this show so many times. Even they, you know, I will give, and Mike, this is my show. You cannot deduct points for this. I will give Kansas City their flowers for knocking out, you know, for
negative.
game planning. This is my show. You cannot take my point.
Honey, you're officially FDA.
Oh, come on. I will give credit where credit's due to Kansas City for how they, you know, the game plan to knock Alex Forsyth on his ass. Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
That's a sticky
I'll
note.
get it back. I'll get it back. I'll get it
Yeah,
back.
you get it back. I mean, it's not a fair
didn't
show.
work.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I make the rules.
I'll give them their credit. That, you know, game planning for to knock Alex Forsyth on his ass,
Yeah.
expertly done. But even accomplishing that 9 times out of 10, you don't block that field goal.
Well, what happened to our special
Oh.
teams coaching staff after that?
They all disappeared.
Bye-bye.
And now we got Mr. Darren Rizzi in the
Let's
house.
go,
And I'm very
Rizzo.
excited about that.
Putting on the Ritz.
Very excited about that. So moving
Copyright.
on. Yeah. Yes, he copyrighted it. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to have to pay you royalties.
I was first.
Um,
Everybody stole it, but I was first. Putting on the Riz. I did. I put out putting on the Riz, and then within 3 days, everybody had putting on the Riz on their show. And
I did it day one.
pay me.
Our show was that day.
I was day like
Negative.
1 hour, like -1.
Okay, well, I did not see that, but
We'll check the timestamps, but you probably beat me to it. I didn't see yours either.
it was.
I mean, it was
you know,
it was the obvious joke. It's not like it was genius. I mean, come on.
Well, you know, I went through so many different like things looking for that. Like I even like was trying to find a good joke with Ritz crackers or something like that.
Sure.
You know, to like make it work. I just couldn't find it, and then I was like, wait a minute, wasn't there like an old movie, like a classic, putting
Song
on the
or a
Riz,
movie or something. Yeah.
or putting on the Ritz? And I was like, okay, putting on the Riz. This is
We'll call it a
Anyway.
tie. We'll call
yeah,
it.
we will. Yeah,
We'll share the
you know,
we'll share the royalties. I'm sure the money's coming in any day now.
Oh, you're good, man. You hold on to your 50 cents there. But all right. So this is so this has been fun. We did the phrases incomplete. Now we're gonna put Mike through. We're gonna plug Mike in to the Matrix. So get ready for the Mile High Matrix. All right, everybody, welcome to the Mile High Matrix. We have plugged in, and now we are going to answer the question, do you take the orange pill or the blue pill? It's very simple. It's a very... Jay,
I
you
take 'em
and
both.
your-
I take them both.
Jay and his sunglasses. One time, every time, Jay has a different pair of sunglasses, and they are totally, like, wacky. Like, one time he put on his, like, 4-year-old's tiny yellow
Yeah, I was gonna say
sunglasses.
steals them from his kids.
Like-
I like it.
And is that I'm guessing those are Dawn's sunglasses there, Jay?
They're my ex-wife's.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
You got that in the divorce.
It's all he got.
She got the house and the car, and he got the sunglasses.
That's
Sounds about
right.
right.
But he feels good about it, damn it. All right. The Mile High Matrix is very simple. Each one of us will have on board a would you rather, if you will. It's pretty simple. We offer you the orange pill. That's one choice. We offer you the blue pill. It's another choice. You have to pick one or the other. You can't say I cut the pills in half and take one, half of each. You can't say I'm not a drug addict and I won't touch them. You have to pick a pill. So, Jay, would you please lead us off?
Okay. Well, we have a lot of anticipation about this defense being elite. But I want to take a step back here. And I want to think about the longevity of our defense, if it is feasible to expect the same result. So we've got a pill that our defense is going to be top 10. Guaranteed top 10.
Okay.
We got blue pill that our offense is going to be top 10. Guaranteed. Which are you going to pick?
But okay, so okay. So orange pill, our defense is guaranteed top 10, but our offense falls back.
Yeah.
Blue
I
pill,
guess
our offense is
didn't
top 10, but our
preference it.
defense falls back.
If your offense is going to be top 10, your defense is not going to be top 10, and vice versa. Only one is going to be top
Agent
10.
Weaver. Okay, Agent Weaver.
Mhm.
Mike's over here goofing off.
Mm.
This is a tough one. This is a
What kind of
really
football
tough
do you wanna
one.
watch for 17 games.
Ooh, man, that's a rough one, Jay. You suck.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, Agent Weaver. Well,
I have an idea.
okay.
Why don't I give you the finger and call my lawyer? Oh wait, that's from the movie. That's from the movie. I'm sorry. That's from the first movie. Okay.
No, that's amazing. Nobody's ever done a quote from The Matrix before. That's amazing.
All right. I haven't seen that movie more than 1,000 times, so I could have got that.
No, that's it. Okay.
Okay. So orange pill is defense top 10, offense out. Blue pill offense and defense out. Is that what I heard?
Yes. Yes.
Well, you want me to go? I'm gonna take the orange pill. Defense is going to be top 10. I have no doubt about that. So if that means the offense is going to fall, which I don't believe they will, I think the offense is going to be top 10. I think they're both going to be top 10, but since I can only choose one, I will say that the defense is, I'm going to take the orange pill. Defense is going to be top 10. They can't replicate the sacks they had last year. We saw that at the end of the season. You can take that away unless they get that interior push ramped up with a monster DT or something. They're going to be able to take Benito and Cooper, out of the game somewhat. They learned their lesson there. Now the kicker is you've got Dre Greenlaw and Kawabunga Hufanga right there down the middle, right, coming at you like that, like this again, but like more like this. So it's gonna be tough sledding in the middle too. So maybe that'll open some of that back up. But yeah, I'll take the orange pill there for sure.
Okay. Ragged Dog popping in the house saying, love to see the show. We're glad you're here, Ragged Dog. If you haven't already, please jump on over to our YouTube channel. Give us a like and a subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. We'd appreciate it.
That is Roggy Dog. That is Roggy Dog.
Roggy
That's
Dog.
Big Nate. I know who that is. And
Okay.
It's good to see you, Roggy. Thanks for hopping in, man.
Appreciate that. Okay.
Good
So
dude. Good dude.
I'm sitting here. I was contemplating this the entire time that Mike was doing this and this stuff, so, and yet I'm still struggling with this. This is a tough one. So, okay. I don't like this. It makes me nauseous saying this, but I am going to take in this situation, for the sake of doing something a little bit different, I'm going to take the blue pill. I want to see. I'm going to take the blue pill. The offense will be a top 10 unit. I want to see Bo Nix and this offense take a major leap forward this season.
Yeah.
Another season together in a Sean Payton scheme, together, knowing the playbook, opening up the playbook a little bit more, getting more comfortable with each other, with the system, all that. And of course, the addition of a Pro Bowl tight end who can now open up, the middle of the field for us some, which will definitely, extend drives and some other things like that. I want to see this. I think this offense takes a major step forward. So even though I do not actually in my mind believe that there is any chance in hell that our defense will be anywhere outside the top 10, I'm going to take the blue pill for the offense on this one. So there it is. So, all right, Jay, take your own pill, bud.
I'm going to take the pill because our defense was dominant last year. And even if we do take a step back and we're not number one in the NFL in catch, in sacks, in quarterback pressures, say we're top 5, that's still going to result in a playoff berth for this team. And I think even if the offense makes a marginal increase, that's all going to be gravy to the result that we saw last year. So I personally want to continue to see the successes of the defense and just see the offense come along, because I think there is something as sophomore slump, and I think Bucks isn't going to 100% explode onto the scene. Now, I think it's fair to say the same breath. Daniels, same thing. He's going to take a step back the way CJ Stroud took a big step back in his sophomore campaign.
I think I need to find a new co-host.
We're bound to see some back to reality in that regard. But our defense is going to be dominant. Top 5, top 3. And that's going to carry this team.
I mean, I believe sophomore slumps exist, but right. But I'm really glad you didn't give these answers when you were on Mike's show on Thursday. You would have lost by a buttload.
This is where I can be really clear the air, because I know that I don't have some work hard to make it so that,
I've deducted 5 points from your next appearance, Jay.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Future tense, it's coming.
Yes, there's the Vader. Bring him out. Yes, we're gonna say it again, Jay.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
No, that was fun though. No, I mean, good points all. Yeah, keep it going. You got the walking parts over here, but good points all. I guess I'm going to say this, Jay. For the most part, since you and I became co-hosts, since Isaiah and took a step back and you jumped on and became my co-host, for the most part, you and I have generally remained in the same vein of thinking. This season, based on what I'm hearing just tonight, I feel like we're finally going to have some, we're going to butt heads a little bit during our shows. And then I might have to hit you at the family reunion.
Now,
but
I'm going to pull a Benjamin Albright, and I reserve the right to change my opinion 180 depending on the draft. The draft is going to tell the telltale sign of where we believe our assets should be thrown. If we go first round wide receiver and then follow it up second round with a running back, our offense could absolutely take a jump. I don't expect that to happen. I expect our first round to be a defensive person. And dare I say, our second round might not be a running back, which is our biggest need. So, again, Sean Payton and George Payton, they zig when we think they're zagging, and they zag when we think they're zigging. And so I just don't trust that, the true holes of this team are going to be filled in the draft. I think we trust our wide receivers a little bit too much. Vele, I believe it when I see it, if he's going to be Marquise Colston or not.
All right, Negative Nancy. I think it's time for somebody else to toss. I'm just kidding. No. Interesting points. We will see.
We'll
see. Let's take you pull a Benjamin Albright. I'll pull a Steve Atwater. We'll see.
We'll see.
So,
smile. Smile while you
so
do
Mike, do you wish to go next, or do you want to save yours? Because I'm assuming you think yours is the best for last.
I'm just watching my eyebrows go above my glasses.
Yeah, they're pretty wild, dude. You got some great eyebrow control.
It's kind of fascinating what's happening here.
You know what? I think you should go on this next season of America's Got Talent, and that's all you do is you sit down on the stage, put on some sunglasses, and start raising your eyebrows.
I mean, The Rock already has the corner on that, the eyebrow thing.
He's got the one eyebrow though. You're doing it with both. Start doing the wave.
Is this still the pill? Are we still doing the pills? I can't keep track of what we're doing.
Yep, we're still.
This is the would you rather. Make a choice.
Would you rather? I guess mine's a little simpler than that. That was a tough one because you had to give and then you had to take, which I can't agree. I think both are going to be in the top 10. And I would like to say that when you say that Jay, when you say the offense is going to fall back, look, Bo had the second half of the season. So like in the first 8 games, he only had 8 touchdowns. And then the last half of the season, he threw 21. Like the second half of the season was really good. There is a lot of room to be better. So even if he falls back, I think the offense has a better season next year than they did last season, because honestly, the offense was frustrating to watch a lot of the time. I think they're going to be more consistent. I think they're going to move the ball better. I think at the end of the day, they're going to average a few more points a game. They're not going to disappear for games at a time, quarters at a time. So I think he can afford to fall back a little bit. But the running back room is going to be fixed. That's not an if. That is going to happen. And there will be another wide receiver on the roster for sure. So I'm not worried about that at all. And another year in Sean Payton's. He's not going to allow too much of a sophomore slump. Let's just say that. But orange pill, blue pill,
won't tolerate it.
Yeah, no, he's not going to have any of that. I would say, here you go. 20th pick in the draft. And here comes orange pill. Is Tet McMillan.
Okay.
Blue pill, Amarian Hampton. Who you taking?
Well, damn it, you stole mine, so I'm gonna have to come up with a new one on the fly. But that's okay.
Okay, here's a new one.
No, we're good. We're good.
I can do this all night, guys. All right.
I've got another one on board. It's fine. All right. Jay, why don't you go first? Because I went first on the last one. Or no, Mike went first on the last one. I don't know.
I'm going 10 because I think the position that would make the most impact would be wide receiver, because I think it's a foregone conclusion that there's more depth in the running back slot for this draft than there is wide receiver slot. And I think if we went wide receiver first round, Luther Burden or Ohio State.
Marion Hampton.
Someone help me out.
Hampton.
Ohio State wide receiver.
Oh.
The guy Cameron.
Amika
Abuga, whatever his name is.
One of those three, that's going to be a massive difference for this offense compared to running back first round. Because running back's going to get solved, whether it's second round or even third round. It's going to make a big impact. So I'm Tet all the way, even though he doesn't watch film.
Even though he doesn't watch film. He said that in his freshman year. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So, you know what? I'm sorry, Jay. We're going to be different on this one as well, because I have been very hyped about Amarian Hampton lately, and I'm going to stick with it. I like Tet. Don't get me wrong. T-Mac he's awesome. And yeah, he would make, he played a lot, you could put him at the wide receiver 3 position, put him in the slot, and he would do some phenomenal things. I don't doubt that at all. But even though the draft is so deep with running backs and it's going to get solved one way or the other, I think like this, and I've said this before, I've always been so adamantly against a first round running back. I've always never been on board with that. But the way that they have tackled this offseason, this free agency, and Mike said it at the beginning, and I've said it, the last few weeks on the show, is that the Broncos can pick anything right now, except maybe a quarterback. We don't need another first round quarterback. So you can pick from any position and fill depth, fill need, and be comfortable with it. But I do believe that our greatest position of need absolutely is running back. You cannot deny that is our greatest position of need. And if I'm going to go try to fill that, to fix the weakest part of our offense, I'm going to want to go get the best dude to possibly do it. Not just sit there trying to fill some depth at that position. I want to go out there and get someone who is ready to make a massive difference and really change the dynamics of that room. So I'm going to take the blue pill. I'm going running back, and I'm taking Omari in Hampton, North Carolina.
Oh my God!
Preach, because I think, I've watched so much film on him the last 2 weeks, and I'm telling you, man, he is going to be a difference maker in this league, and that's what we need right now is a difference maker at running back. So, Mike, please, your own pill. Take your pills.
I'm taking the blue pill. Amari Hampton solves wide receiver problems. So as far as the wide receivers go, I still think we're not going to be done there.
No.
Doesn't have to be a first rounder. If it is, that's great. But I would take the blue pill here. Amari Hampton, about 75% of his yards come after contact. He's got soft hands. He can make the catches. Certainly in the short and intermediate routes, he's fantastic.
Yes.
You don't see him doing the long plays, but that might be something that they just haven't asked him to do. But no, we need a running back. Bo Nix needs a running back. A running back. You hear it all the time because it's true. A young quarterback's best friend is a good running game. The Broncos don't have one. It was terrible, and if it's not Hampton, it can be one of the other guys, but in this one, I take the blue pill. I take Hampton over Tet, and yeah, I'd feel good about that. I would feel great about that move, honestly. So,
Do we just become best friends?
Probably.
No. That checks out. There's not a wrong answer in this one.
No, there isn't.
Good orange
both
blue.
good.
Because there's not a wrong answer on that.
Wait, the rules said you can't break one in half. Am I the only one that follows the rules around? That's another deduct.
I'd take half pills.
Look at this guy, man. He's just deducting future points like crazy.
Long notebook for this show.
Oh man, Jay, I think you and I are absolutely screwed in our next rounds on on media.
Oh, there's
battles.
deducts. There's deducts for other guys too. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's
There's
fair.
a long spreadsheet, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, poor Glenn. I mean, he has so many against him right now. But
Glenn's a punching bag.
I love Glenn. Glenn Hauser, back when we were MHRT Network, found out, my mother growing up, my mother was best friends with Lionel Taylor's daughter. And, and I have, an autograph picture of him on my wall and a bunch of other stuff. And a lot of Lionel Taylor memorabilia. And from his museum collection that Glenn Hauser has, he sent me a stitched Lionel Taylor autographed jersey.
That's awesome.
Out of the kindness of his heart. So love Glenn.
He's one of the best dudes. He's one of the best dudes.
He really is. He
was very helpful to me when I was setting up my show. He was very helpful.
And he's brilliant too. I mean, the guy
I
has
wouldn't go that
Broncos
far.
history.
Yeah,
okay.
He's all right. He's all right.
All right. So last one, and then we're gonna let Mike get out of here because I'm sure he's exhausted. I'm just kidding. You don't look tired at all.
It's the whiskey.
It's the whiskey. It's calming.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I really slowed down massively on my drinking back in November. So, but that was
it's a good thing.
So, all right, here we go. I used to drink 3 beers on every show at least. So glad that's behind me. But
I hate quitters.
Yeah, it was that or die and leave my.
Oh, don't die. Yeah, let's not die.
So,
no, it's not worth dying.
I had to pick my children over.
Damn it, Johnny!
The alcohol. So
good choice.
Here we go. Last one, guys. Here we go. And this one's just pretty simple. It's just kind of fun. All right. We got news this week that the NFL is going to allow teams to wear their throwback uniforms in 4 games. Now, all we've seen of the Broncos throwbacks so far is our home jerseys. And now, don't get me wrong. I love orange. It's my favorite color in the world, and I love the orange jerseys. They're the best. I don't buy anything else for me. But I think it would be pretty cool to see the Broncos take their throwbacks on the road and wear their retro, in opposing stadiums. I think it'd be fun. So, orange pill, I'm gonna go this hand. Orange pill, you keep the status quo and continue to wear your throwbacks all 4 times this season at home games. Or blue pill, you split it up. 2 games at home in throwbacks and 2 games on the road, preferably one against the Chiefs, one against the Raiders in the throwbacks. It's a very simple one, but it's fun, I think.
Let me go first here. I'm going with I want 3 home games in the actual throwback.
Orange pill, blue pill, Jay. You gotta take one or the other.
Blue pill. Blue. I'm going blue pill.
2 and 2.
I also want orange or the white helmet, which is going to be technically an alternative. The white helmet with the orange uniform, because that would be so I at least want that at least once. But I mean, who wouldn't want more throwback? Like, the throwback should be the default. I mean, I think we all agree on that. So I'm going blue pill on that.
All right. What about you, Mike? Would you prefer to take the orange pill and wear just all 4 throwback games in orange, or take it on the road for a couple with the blue pill?
Yeah, Johnny, I'm taking the orange pill here. I want the orange throwbacks for all 3 of the home games against AFC West opponents. And then, maybe when Cincinnati comes to town, let's wear them then too.
Okay.
Those are all games we need. I would love to have, honestly, I'd love to have the throwbacks be our uniforms. So,
agreed wholeheartedly.
You can't have what everything you want. But in this scenario, I'll take that at the house. Just crazy. A sea of orange in the stands. Raiders, Chefs, and Chargers, they get the full dose. And then Cincinnati or whoever that comes in that thinks they can compete, we'll give them those too. So I
gotta show these off again.
Yeah,
because
nice.
I got these hats a couple weeks ago, and I love that they are modeled after the helmets.
Mm-hmm.
And this hat just slaps.
That pops.
Yeah, I love it. But here's the fun thing. I know I said at the beginning, I think it'd be fun to see them go on the road, but I'm with you. I love my orange. I love everything about the orange jerseys, especially the throwbacks. And so, I'm going to take the blue pill, and the orange pill, and I'm sticking to orange and all 4 games at home and make them divisional games.
Yeah.
Same. All 4 times. Like, I want to go throwback, twice against one team and at least once against both the other teams in our division, in our throwbacks. Just light them up.
So no white helmet, huh? No white helmet.
I mean, I'm not saying no white helmet, but they didn't really say anything about like the whole. I don't know. I love the throwback, man. I got to stick with it.
It's the best uniform in the NFL. I mean,
granted, my Mile High Viking cloak. Granted, Jay, you've seen my Mile High Viking cloak with the fur on the shoulders and all that. On the back is sewn the white helmet from the Snowcap game.
It's gorgeous.
The fact that you're not wearing it all the time amazes me, to be honest with you.
Look, on game days I do.
All right.
So
that's fair enough.
Game day, you'll see me with my Viking horns, my Viking face paint, and my cloak on, and my chains and all that stuff. That's a game day thing.
Now, do you guys do a game neighborhood thing or?
So here's the fun thing. This is one of the best parts about us partnering back up with MHRT. They do the neighborhood, the watch party, and actually several times a season, one of us, usually this guy, takes over when one of them can't, and does the neighborhood for them. But we do a pregame show called Get Bucked, and that hosted by my buddy Isaiah. And then we do a post-game show called Buck Your Feelings, hosted by that guy over there.
Yeah.
So, we have a lot of fun with that.
Yep. Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, that's the Mile High Matrix. We're going to go ahead and unplug real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and get ready to roll out of here. So let's go ahead and get unplugged. Oh, and he's donning the throwback hat. I love it.
Now, by the way, this is not a throwback hat. This is a legit hat from way back in the day. This is,
Love it.
my God.
Just
You can tell by the green. You got the green underside.
I mean, this is, this is old
you can't
school.
really see it. You can't really
This
see
is
it in my
original.
picture here, but you can kind of see this blue right here, Mike, and that is mine and Jay's grandfather's shiny blue jacket from the 70s, and pinned to the top of it is one of his hats from the 70s as well.
Yeah. This is old school.
But
This
that's
is old
awesome.
school. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, the last thing I want to address before we get out of here is that Mike came at Jay on his show the other day about the title of our show being Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue, because so many things rhyme with blue. Absolutely. I know it was a play on words. I just wanted to address it with you. When we were coming up with names, we had like a whole bunch of terrible things. And we it was me and my buddy Isaiah, and the two of us were just having trouble nailing something down. And I'm going to be honest, like at one point, one of us just made a joke that like nothing rhymes with orange. But then somebody was like, no, we're Broncos fans. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. And so I was just like, you know what? I love it, because I guess in the context of what we were thinking, no one's superior to us. No one's like us. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue.
That's true. Yeah.
And so
There was
that's
alcohol
what
involved, Johnny, right?
What's that, Jay?
There was alcohol involved.
I can neither confirm nor deny. However, it may or may not have been a Saturday afternoon around my kitchen table, so probably. But the point is, like, that's what we came to, and we were like, you know what? I know that it doesn't really, in totality, it does not make sense. But to us and what we feel, the way we feel about Broncos fans, Broncos country, there are no fans in the world like Broncos country. So we were like, nothing rhymes with orange and blue.
I love it.
And so we stuck with it. And I ended up, and I even sent it to you today. And at the end of every bio, it always says, there are many things that rhyme with blue. It's true, but true Broncos country knows that nothing rhymes with orange and blue.
Love it. Yeah. I love it. It's great.
I just wanted to address it with you. And I was going to have you do the mile high five with us before we got out of here. However, based on what Cam Parker challenged me on Thursday night's show against Jay, is that if I win,
Oh yeah.
you have to do the mile high five with me. So I'm going to save it for when I win on Thursday.
Sounds good.
Yep. So
you're winning. You're totally winning.
I hope so.
I'm putting you down for a win right now.
Oh,
this isn't fair. It's not a fair battle.
Give a quick
so
shout
he can get the mile high five.
Let me get a quick shout out here.
Okay.
Denver Nuggets right now have already tipped off with the Minnesota Timberwolves. It is a massive swing game for the Denver Nuggets as far as mojo before the playoffs. We need this win. I know Jamal and MPJ are out, but Naz Reid is out as well. But this is a huge game for the Denver Nuggets. If you're a Denver Nuggets fan out there, please tune in, because that is going to be a massive game here, at least in the second half. You can say that about NBA season game.
And I got to say, I agree with you with 100% with that, Jay. However, I'm going to add a little bit more to it. I am sick and tired of getting manhandled at home by the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is our house.
I'm sick of them being our daddy.
That's right. So let's show them who daddy really is. Put Ant-Man over our knee and spank him like he stole something. So, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and roll out of here. It's been a really great show. I cannot stress enough how thankful and awesome it was to have the one, the only Mike Carmelini on the show with us tonight. And I can't wait to have you back. I'm also really, really excited to be on your show on Thursday. Thank you so much, my friend, for coming on with us. Jay, any final thoughts from you?
stand and center there. I always appreciate you, Mike. I appreciate what you bring to Broncos country. It's a new flavor upon the same old that we've been out here of podcasting of Broncos country. But man, you bring such a refreshed flavor to takes and to what Broncos news is. So thank you very much for doing what
Yeah, Jay, Johnny, I love it. I love being on your show. I've been a big supporter of you guys and love it.
Yes, you have.
And love what I do. And yeah, it's been fun to get guys from all the different shows and put them together and kind of stir it up and see what happens. And I think it's good for everyone. It's good for all the shows. And I honestly, you guys supporting me too. And Broncos country has been amazing. I kind of started this out just for fun, and it's kind of blown up, and and it's been great. I've got the guests that I've had over the first few months has been amazing, and
success.
Johnny coming on this week, and then just a quick next week I've got Brandon Perna and Mario Vitanze on, and then the week following that I got Ryan Edwards and Coach Mike Sanford from Altitude Radio. So I got,
dude, you got.
They keep saying yes. They keep coming on. I don't know what's going on. Bip, 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 here they come.
And and Broncos country, if you have not already, please go follow Mike on Twitter at Mike_Carmelini.
Please do. Thank you.
He's an awesome follow. Great content coming out on Twitter. And in addition, jump on over to his YouTube page. Again, it's Mike Carmelini, right? Yep.
Mike Carmelini.
You can just find it on YouTube. It's not hard to find. And check him out. Give him a sub, guys, because again, if you haven't already, you're missing out. It is amazing, amazing stuff, and I cannot wait to take on my buddy Mario Vitanze someday.
Oh yeah, we'll make it happen. That's the thing. And it's everybody's coming back. Everybody wants to come back and do it again. So we're down. We've had 30 people or so on. We're gonna have more. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I throw out a just a suggestion for the championship round every season?
Ooh, a championship round.
Oh yeah, you gotta have a championship round. You gotta figure out who won the most times, and then throw but make it a gladiatorial battle.
I like it
for real. Like throw them in a ring with dirt and a couple of weapons, and be like, yes, to the death.
Oh no, that we're definitely having.
Yeah, and you get to stand up there, Mike. You get to stand up there because I feel like you'd be great at this. You get to be Julius Caesar. Yeah,
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Yeah, everybody has to sign a waiver. So yours is
I ain't signing nothing. I don't sign anything without my lawyer, but I will fight someone in the ring. All right, guys. This has been the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast here on the Orange and Blue Network and on the MHRT Network. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share, and comment on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Check out the audio version of all of our podcasts. Also, go check out our partners over at MHRT Network, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, even Instagram. Like, subscribe, share, and comment, guys. Help us out. We're all fan-led, and we're all fans just like you. Help us grow. We appreciate it very much. We appreciate Mr. Mike Carmelini joining us. With that, we're going to give you a big mile high salute, and we're going to get the hell out of here. Have a great night, Broncos country. We'll see you next time.
Orange and blue, we're here for you. Talking Broncos all day through. No stopping us, we're on the loose. Come join the crew, no bad news. Podcast vibes so fresh and true. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. Catching up on all that we knew. Hit play, let the episodes accrue. Nothing rhymes with